On planet Vegeta, King Vegeta got his firstborn, Prince Vegeta. But something was odd to the Saiyans about him. His power was immeasurable and his hair is a weird shade of purple, also lacking eyebrows and having pupils. King Vegeta was considering him weak, but after seeing his son moving inside a pod and tapping the glass shell, breaking in the process, he knew not too many babies have gotten to do that, considering of the Super Saiyan legend is in his grasp. He gives him a bigger chamber and then tells the scientists to closely observe his son, just in case his power can't be measured at one point. Meanwhile, he went to seek for a training partner for his son. The king finds Nappa, standing there in the front row of the Saiyan army, along a few other Saiyans, and asks him to guide his son to better control his power, saying he can explain it over at his castle better. Nappa agrees and goes to the castle.
For you see, my son has been born with an extraordinary power, worthy of taking anyone down with one punch. I want you to train my son and be his tutor, and I will make you an elite Saiyan and my royal god. What do you say, Nappa? It will be my honor, my king. I will do my best in my power to make your son an extraordinary warrior.
With it, Nappa began training Prince Vegeta. After a few years, Vegeta barely grew any strength. He only grew power when he grew, so he didn't have much to train for. Beerus the Destroyer came up to King Vegeta for food and such, but he wasn't, however, given the softest pillow on the planet. So he went and put hands on the king, while our young prince stared in shock, ready to attack the Destroyer. Beerus noticed him rushing, but before he could even paralyze him, he sensed Vegeta's energy, seeing it comparable to his own. Vegeta then landed a punch on Beerus, strong enough to get him thrown out of the castle with extreme force. Vegeta followed outside and stared at him.
My race isn't the brightest or the most powerful right now, but no one touches the king while I'm around.
What the hell are you, kid?
Beerus went ahead and stood in awe, looking at Vegeta flaring his aura. Vegeta went ahead and attacked Beerus, landing pretty heavy punches on him. Beerus kept up, however, and powered up to counter, knocking Vegeta into a rock formation. Beerus wanted to know more about Vegeta, so he said,
You're a very strong kid. I don't want to destroy you. I apologize for being so cruel.
It's about time you got the message.
Beerus and Vegeta came to a peaceful resolve and Beerus departed on his way. At that point, the planet was safe and everyone considered Vegeta a savior and a legend born once every 1,000 years for real this time. With it, Vegeta had so much pride holed up inside him. A few months have passed by since the Beerus incident, and Frieza heard the news of the whole Beerus fight and was worried that Vegeta could keep up with Beerus. So Frieza got scared of Vegeta straight on as he went ahead and came up to the planet, transforming into his full power final form and beginning to form a death ball to get rid of all Saiyans. Vegeta is kept on the planet for protection, as he was the only Saiyan that can manage anyone. As the Saiyans were plotting to get rid of the Frieza Force with the help of Vegeta, Frieza was just in the atmosphere of planet Vegeta as he threw the blast and it actually connected before Vegeta had any idea what was going on. He went and jumped off planet towards the ship and landing a few dozen feet away from Frieza, watching his planet that he was destined to rule crumble to nothing but ashes. Vegeta got really pissed.
This planet was mine to rule, and you destroyed it. You will pay, Frieza! You and your force!
Vegeta powered up as he threw a Galick gun at Frieza, getting him to vaporize from the force of the attack, killing him for good, as his lust for battle increased, telling the rest of the force to attack him with all they've got. So to revenge Frieza, everyone went to attack Vegeta, but he just let them hit him, getting a beating of his life, but not feeling any of the kicks or punches. just getting more and more fueled by them. As he burst an aura, its sharpness literally blew everyone out of the ships, killed them or squashed them in between the ship's parts that were floating out in space. Sadly, no one had air to breathe, so Vegeta just floated there, watching everyone choke to death. Vegeta's lust for combat then dissipated and he realized he can breathe in space, something he never realized up until now. But right now he had something else to occupy his mind with. He knew Bardock's squad was out there, or at least what's left of it, so he used his scouter to locate them, finding them on a now remote planet. So Vegeta tries to catapult himself roughly where the planet is, and after a few days, he arrives there. The Saiyans remaining are Raditz, Fasha, and Nappa. Seeing his first disciple, Nappa greeted him with open arms, but Vegeta had no time for that.
This is no time for an emotional meet and greet. Our planet is destroyed. We need all the help we can get. Raditz, you have a brother, right? Wasn't he sent somewhere?
Yes, I think Earth is the name of the planet.
Good. We'll pick him up after our training is complete. Fasha, didn't your crew manage to escape? Or are you the only one?
Didn't your father say every Saiyan army needs one specimen for reproduction in case of extinction? You were kept as a slave. You know the deal.
Right. Forgot they placed you here. You got replaced by some other woman named Parcel. Nappa, you're the team muscle. Don't you think you have much involvement with decision making? Alright, we'll all begin training and I don't want to hear or see anyone complaining. I will get you all to a point where you can get plenty of power. We need to destroy King Cold in order to start repopulating.
With it, their training began. Meanwhile, the news of Frieza and his force getting defeated reached out to King Cold. He got extremely angry over the fact a Saiyan was behind the act. He decided to act up accordingly and train to surpass Vegeta and or any Saiyan. He went back to his first form and started training, while our Saiyans trained independently. King Cold trained extremely hard for about 3 years, getting more powerful than Frieza in Resurrection of F. During one of his expeditions throughout the universe for a new Cold Force, he got intel about something quite interesting: Dragon Balls, which were located on planet Namek. King Cold got intrigued by the idea of magical wish granting orbs, so he decides to set course for Namek, deciding he'd like to wish immortality. On an unknown planet, the 4 Saiyans got through with training in those 3 years. Vegeta actually became plenty stronger thanks to the help of Zenkai boosts. Same goes for everyone else. Raditz actually managed to tap into a power no one has ever seen before. Spiked up hair, green eyes, but no proper control. It was for a brief moment and it happened only when he was essentially annoyed and bullied. However, they hear a transmission through the scouter about Cold being on Namek. They decide to move in on the situation, especially since everyone else wanted to take a crack at the Force. With that, the squad of Saiyans is planning to move into Namek to finally end tyranny of the Akasian race. King Cold is clueless, but he will soon feel the wrath of the fallen Saiyan race. More specifically Vegeta, but only if Vegeta succeeds to win against King Cold. Vegeta didn't really have his pod, so he resorted to holding onto Nappa's for the ride, since he figured he can somehow breathe in space. During the ride, Nappa thought to himself if the Saiyans always had the ability to breathe in space and decides to try it out, only to become oxygenless and his lungs collapse. Vegeta just went to him, but it was too late, as Nappa died right where he stood.
Well, that was extremely stupid of him. Not like we needed him either. We stick to our plan and move in without him.
Vegeta then sat in his pod and continued on with it, leaving Nappa in space to rot. They approached on Namek and they decided to settle in a cave to revise their plan before actually moving in. Raditz suggests to take one of those Dragon Balls because if they can summon without all of them, maybe they won't be as powerful or maybe not even work at all. Vegeta agreed and decided to move in on the village himself. Conveniently, there was a village not too far away from their cave, so he decided to go there, seeing it was relatively intact. He has also used his brain for once and realized they will only deny the possession of their Dragon Ball with the attire he wore. So he took off the Frieza Force armor and the scouter, then moved in on the village. The elder, Mori, exits alone.
And who are you? Are you with that King Cold? We told you we don't have the Dragon Balls.
Thankfully, we're here to do the opposite. My name is Vegeta, and I'm the Prince of all Saiyans. I'm here to take his life, but we can't let him the Dragon Balls at any cost. And considering he just let you be like that, he's gonna come back eventually and kick your butt again and search for it alone. I think the Dragon Ball is safer with our crew.
Get your crew here then. I can't sense your intentions of your energy for that matter.
Have it your way.
Vegeta then pulls his scouter and pings his crew from a safe frequency, and they then seen flying to the village.
That was the Cold Force scouter.
I have it on an isolated frequency. Now do you believe us?
The elder then reads the intentions of Raditz, then Fasha.
You used to be in the Frieza Force, but got your planet wiped by him.
Alright, I can give you our Dragon Ball, but you'll be taking one of us with you as well. Whatever floats your boat.
The elder then opts for Dende to come along with them, as he's one of the youngest and the more experienced of the children, and so the Saiyans take the little Namekian. They return to the cave and then plot the rest of the plan. Dende actually comes up with plenty of good ideas, and the Saiyans use them, so they move on with it. The plan was relatively simple. The two Saiyans and Dende go after the goons, and Vegeta takes King Cold on, knowing he dealt with his son very easily. So Vegeta kicks the Dragon Ball into the ground for safety, where he cannot be found, and he leaves. And the trio leaves too. Vegeta went to seek for King Cold by reading the strongest key, while the trio goes for the Force. The trio arrives and they shoot the ship, destroying it and forcing everyone out. What they didn't know is that King Cold is actually there, and Vegeta is going in a completely opposite direction. King Cold exits and then commands his force to attack the remaining Saiyans. But thanks to the Saiyans' training, they deal with the henchmen easily. The Ginyus then take the stand, and the Saiyans have it as an actual warm-up, leaving Ginyu completely battered. Ginyu then tries to perform a body swap with Raditz, but it doesn't work because Fasha shoots a swap beam and it dissipates. Ginyu is then disposed of by Fasha herself. Raditz is saved, so he stands with Fasha. Dende is observing from afar, and he knows they stand no chance, but observes closely, trying to telepathically reach Vegeta to tell him that they're in danger. He doesn't manage because of his abilities, so he contacts the Elder Guru to find him. Meanwhile, Vegeta reads the key source, but realizes it's a Namekian, and that's Nail.
So I've been chasing a ghost the entire time. I need to keep on going.
Wait, are you a Saiyan that goes by the name of Vegeta by any chance?
Yeah, that's me. Why do you ask?
My elder needs you.
Vegeta enters and sees Guru. They share small talk.
Vegeta, your friends are in danger. Then they told me of you coming my way. Sadly, I cannot transfer you there, but I can unlock all your latent abilities. And you have the potential to save this planet with it and get there in time.
Too much info for one day. Sure, unlock my hidden potential. I'm already super strong as it is, but I don't think I will need it.
Guru then puts his hand on Vegeta's head and unlocks his latent ability, boosting him by quite a bit.
Go, save our planet.
Vegeta then dips out of there and indeed notices that he got a massive power unlock from Guru. With the power boost, he rushes back to the crew. Back to King Cold and the Saiyans, both Fasha and Raditz attack King Cold. But King Cold is keeping up with them very easily. Fasha and Raditz then stick to the backup plan and work together, putting all their power into their attacks and attacking Harmony, so that King Cold actually has a bit of difficulty. But Cold was nowhere near finished, as he still had 2 forms up his sleeve, going into his 3rd form. Miraculously, they actually keep up with King Cold in full power 3rd form. King Cold then powers up to his final form and then sets an example for the Saiyans, getting a massive boost in power and manhandling them both. Raditz and Fasha regroup as Cold is approaching them slowly. Fasha tells Raditz to run and she'll distract him, but before Raditz can mutter out words, Fasha rushed in while Raditz screamed for her to stop. Fasha went to sacrifice herself, powering up her atonement for the entire Saiyan race, but she was impaled by Cold's fist as she started fading away fast. Raditz rushed over to her as he saw her slowly fading away. Fasha tells him she knew she was into her before dying, while Raditz held her in his lap. Raditz then shed a tear as he started losing control.
You worthless, heartless bastard! This is the last time you killed a Saiyan!
Raditz burst his limit after witnessing his loved one Fasha die, giving him enough goodness in his heart to transform into a Super Saiyan and blindly attacking King Cold. Cold takes the punch, thinking he's gonna survive it, but Raditz manages to damage Cold pretty good, continuing his offense. Raditz is beating up Cold senselessly, but Cold is holding on, trying to power up little by little and as much as he can, while taking that beating. Once he was gaining enough power, Cold punches him in the stomach and gets back, powering up to his fullest while Raditz is holding his stomach. King Cold then goes to kick Raditz back, but gets kicked through a bunch of mountains by none other than Vegeta, who is now in his pride-fueled battle thirst mode. He notices that Raditz is severely injured from his stomach punch and also in Super Saiyan, so he just lets him be. He also sees Fasha lying dead on the ground and motionless, as he sees she's been impaled. With that, Vegeta rushes in on King Cold.
So you're not the only your son was a stick in the mud. You just had to be too. I see you're trying to gather the Dragon Balls. I'm gonna kill you where you stand.
King Cold looked at Vegeta, who is emitting a bright aura. Raditz regained mobility and then went to blurry Fasha.
You show me what life as a Saiyan is. So I'm going to worship that knowledge to give you a proper burial.
Raditz buried Fasha with tears in his eyes, then turned his way to King Cold and angrily went there, as Vegeta and Raditz both stood side by side.
Get out of this fight. You did well on your own.
I don't give a fuck about doing well. He's mine, so stay out of this.
Vegeta actually listened, being more interested in this new form than beating Cold. Raditz then came up to Cold and powered up further into his full power, ready to unleash his rage against King Cold. The two began fighting, and it's pretty obvious that Raditz hasn't been using his full power right from the start, because at this point, he's folding King Cold. King Cold started grabbing an edge as he fought, and Raditz had some problems keeping up. Raditz then stopped for a breather, as King Cold stopped fighting and said,
You gained such a power up with this Super Saiyan. Now let me show you what I had in stock the entire time.
King Cold started powering up, getting a golden shine, as he screamed, powering up into his golden form.
There's no way this brain that idiot actually trained. Raditz is a goner if he actually fights.
Vegeta butts in front of Raditz and tells him to back off, as he's way too out of the league. Raditz is still angered, but lets it go, dropping down to base.
You're getting in on an action again? Well, you're dead anyways. Not if I stop you.
Vegeta rushes King Cold and makes a mark, but the planet and the entire solar system of Namek started shaking. Vegeta starts pounding King Cold into oblivion, but Cold just smiles and tells Vegeta that he's just getting worked up. Vegeta's thirst for combat rushes in with those words, and his fighting pride from Ultra Ego comes in, as he starts battling for the shits instead of anything else. Cold powered up to his full power and rushed Vegeta, but Vegeta held his own, although being outmatched. He's taking punches and fueling them into his punches. Vegeta is sort of losing energy but still keeps up. Raditz notices the struggle, double-siding whether to get in or stay out. Seeing Vegeta's thirsty for battle, he decides to stay out. Meanwhile, Vegeta is truly having struggle, but the thirst is still there. Not only is Vegeta losing energy, but his battle thirst is too strong for him to handle not getting punched, so he receives too much damage from Cold for that reason. Raditz then sees the struggle and tries to get into Super Saiyan. Succeeding so, he barged in to help out. Vegeta didn't even notice him helping, so he just continued the offense, gaining even more thirst. Raditz is holding his own, landing punches. Vegeta actually acknowledged Raditz when it came to a standstill.
You. As much as it pains me to say it, I'm kind of glad you're here. I saw you struggling. I had to make a call. Doesn't matter. We're defeating him today. I'm not letting more Saiyans get their blood spilled.
The Saiyan duo then attacks Cold, but Cold just dodges them in return, trying not to fight them, seeing they're mindlessly fighting. Since Vegeta is longing for battle and Raditz has snapped, he decides to give his plan a shot. He kicks Vegeta away as Cold comes up behind Raditz and breaks his neck, immediately killing Raditz. Vegeta stops fighting as he sees Raditz fall down, exhale his last breath, and fade from his Super Saiyan. Vegeta enters a mind limbo seeing his entire race wiped to nothing.
My race. Wiped. To nothing but a tyrant. All the loyalty we've been giving them. We're nothing but slaves after all. There was no Saiyan kingdom. And I was destined to guide the Saiyans. You took that from me. You will die. That's it. I don't care.
Vegeta has finally transformed into a Super Saiyan.
You will suffer for what you've done.
Cold just looked on, laughing maniacally at Vegeta's new transformation and started talking shit to Vegeta. If you really think you can beat me, you're more delusional than ever.
Think? I know I can beat you, you she-male.
Vegeta rushes Cold with rage and manages to kick Cold in the head, sending him straight through a bunch of mountains. The cosmic web also split for a second as the kick connected. The scene switches to Cold, who is now back in his final form, has a broken nose, teeth, and most likely skull, as he's just laying in the said mountain, bleeding to death. Not only the force of the kick was high enough to send him away, but it's also caused him permanent brain damage, making him brain dead, as he looked in shock, with Vegeta approaching him slowly, cupping his hands in the Galagun fashion.
This is it for you and your tyranny. Super Gallic Gun!
As the blast fired away, Cold is still looking on in shock, getting engulfed in the blast and slowly disintegrating away from face of the universe. With Vegeta now calmed down, he returns back to base and rushes over to Raditz to see if he's still alive. He unfortunately wasn't, so he decided to revive his comrades with the help of said Dragon Balls. So he tries to find Dende, who is dazed from that powerful kick.
Dende, wake up. How can I wish for my people back?
What happened? What?
How can I wish from these Dragon Balls?
You kind of need to gather all 7 and then summon them with a password. And how many are we talking about?
The entire Saiyan race and the planet.
Our dragon can't revive masses of people, but we can get those 2 who got killed back to life, and we can use 3 wishes for the dragon.
That works. Let's do that. You wish the 2 back. Do what you want with the last wish.
Dende gets up and seeks for all the Dragon Balls. He finds 6 at the ruins of the ship, and the one they took will make a complete set. But just as they're about to summon the Dragon Balls turn into stones, which means Guru has died. Dende was terrified of Vegeta and couldn't mutter out what truly happened, but Vegeta already got the idea.
That's simple. You just restored the dragon. It must have been that potential unlock Guru did to me.
Huh? He unlocked your potential?
With it, they go over to Mori and request of him to become the new guardian, showing him the stoned Dragon Balls. Mori was sad, but decided to take the job since he was the most trusted Namekian there. So he went to the Guru's temple. Over there, he used a sculpture to resurrect the dragon and link his life with it. Vegeta then requested the revival of Fasha and Raditz. With 2 wishes, they revive them and they're back to life. Fasha gets up from her poor man's grave and Raditz gets up from the good spot he fell on. The two see each other and hug each other, crying and wondering what the hell happened. But that was not it.
Are you sure you don't want the 3rd wish?
Well, actually, I'd like to bring a Saiyan named Kakarot over here. That's supposed to be Raditz's brother, and we can have some help.
Very well.
With that, then they request of Porunga to bring Goku over on Namek, and the dragon proceeds so. We then see Goku in a torn battle gi and pretty much a young adult, appearing in front of Porunga on Namek, as the Dragon Balls disperse back to their safe spots. Goku is weirded out by his sudden teleportation onto an unknown planet. What's going on? I know for a fact I was about to enter the time chamber.
Welcome, Kakarot. Your brother will be here shortly.
My brother? And who's Kakarot?
Wait a second. Don't tell me you forgot all about your heritage.
Who the hell are you?
Brother?
Vegeta tried to explain what went down and how he got him there, but Raditz pulled Goku in for a hug. Goku felt familiarity with this new guy's energy.
I can't believe you're alive, Kakarot. Kakarot, if you haven't realized yet, Raditz here is your brother. I am Vegeta, the prince of all Saiyans.
At this point, you're the king. Your father is dead, you donut.
And the sour puss behind me is Fasha. We're Saiyans. Hopefully you still remember that.
Saiyan?
Oh god damn it.
The Saiyans actually realized that Goku suffered a head injury at some point, so they tell him everything important about the Saiyans. I had a tail, just like you guys, yes. I didn't know you can turn into great apes. That means I was the one who killed my own grandpa.
Our grandpa died in a battle with 3 aliens. But okay. I'm guessing that was your caretaker back on Earth.
Anyways, I need to get back to Earth. I need to participate in the tournament and my friends are waiting for me.
Then we're all going. We can use a place like that as we're close where we can crash.
Goku accepts the offer and Vegeta says they have the pods ready to leave. They thank the Namekians, but they got praised in return. Fasha and Raditz get in their own pods, but Goku asks, we don't got enough pods.
I'll just grab onto yours for the ride.
But you'll die.
He can breathe in space, Kakarot. He was born with God energy, or whatever. Just get in and don't worry about him.
Goku then gets in his pod, and they fly off, with Vegeta catching onto Goku's space pod. The Namekians wave their goodbyes. During the ride there, Goku got to properly get introduced to his people and how they got there in the first place, as well as how he got sent away. Goku got emotionally moved, sensing like he can feel that memory locked deep inside, something he can't reach. Once they arrive on Earth, Goku immediately goes for the lookout, as to prevent being seen. The Saiyans follow along. Eventually, Vegeta picked him up and fly to him to the lookout because Goku was too slow on just his feet and he couldn't fly far yet. On the lookout, the Saiyans meet Popo and Kami. Kami figured that Goku was some kind of alien because his latent ability as a child and human was off charts. He was also able to sense Vegeta's energy. He told Vegeta that he has a massive power level, capable of destroying not only Earth but the whole solar system, and even beyond. Vegeta just countered that.
Yeah, and I battled someone who did that on a daily basis just a few days ago. His son was defeated 4 years ago, by yours truly. I see you have a prideful heart, but you don't like the idea of losing a home again. I will reside here, for the time being at least.
Vegeta then starts training for the first time in his life, as he never had the will to train because he was already extremely powerful. Goku taught him how to train his mind and body at the same time, and he built muscle. Raditz has begun to train the same way, and Vegeta sparred with Goku, so Goku becomes a lot more powerful as he trains with extremely powerful fighters. The Saiyans get their new clothing, similar to Piccolo's gi, while Goku is given those same robes instead of the ones he was wearing when he arrived at the tournament in Canon. With it, they are ready to depart to the Tenkaichi Budokai. After a few more days, Vegeta, Raditz, Fasha, and last but not least Goku arrived to the tournament grounds. It was a rainy day, so Goku decided to wait until it starts clearing up, but Vegeta grew impatient, so he blasted a Galley Gun to clear up the sky up. Then used multiple Galley Guns that literally spawned around him to clear it up all the way. No one saw what happened, but Raditz saw Vegeta use his after image to shoot those multiple waves, as he was left even more speechless.
Who are we even waiting for at this point? Christmas?
Just a couple of friends.
Already see a couple. We don't need a whole infestation. Let's just compete.
The tournament is tomorrow, not today.
I'll kill you one day, clown.
At that point, Krillin and the others came along.
I'm so glad to see you, Goku. I can't thank you enough. By the way, who's behind you? Some friends of yours?
Yeah, this is Vegeta and he's the prince of our Saiyan race. Raditz, he's my brother, and Fasha, Raditz's girlfriend. Fasha and Raditz blushed intensely when Goku said that.
Saiyans?
Yeah, apparently I'm not a human like you guys, I'm a Saiyan. That explains the tale.
There's one more thing that's still unclear. For starters, why don't you have your tail anymore?
Kami removed it. He said it's required in order to restore the moon.
He just doesn't want you to become a giant monkey again, is that right?
Pretty much. With it, they go and prepare for tomorrow. The three Saiyans sleep on the floor as there's no room and the couple is cuddling on the ground. Goku fell asleep on the bed and Vegeta is sleeping by hanging on the clothes hanger. The next morning, the group goes to the Tenkaichi Budokai and they all get ready for the tournament. They notice Piccolo, but know they shouldn't worry because they have Saiyans on their side. During preliminaries, the Saiyans dominate and everything goes well until Chaozu gets mangled. Tien notices that it's Tao Pai Pai, who Goku claimed he killed, but apparently that wasn't the case. The tournament starts and the first fight is Tao and Vegeta, of all people. Tao starts attacking Vegeta, but Vegeta takes all the punches, not even breaking a single sweat.
I was stronger than you when I was born.
Vegeta threw one punch and Tao was knocked into the next 4 buildings, over the crowd. Next match was Goku vs Chi-Chi. The battle goes relatively the same up until Chi-Chi explains that she's Chi-Chi, which threw Goku and the others away. The whole marriage thing happens. Next up is Piccolo vs Fasha, and Fasha just stood there, waiting for an attack, and she took it, someone easy. Fasha didn't even budge one bit.
Is that it?
Fasha throws him out easily too. Next is Raditz and Hero, which is basically Kami in disguise, and Hero tries to use every trick in his books to try and at least land a punch. But Raditz uses his tail as defense until Raditz slapped him away with the set towel and told him to go back to the lookout. Next match is Goku and Vegeta, and that wasn't as one-sided, but Goku actually put up a good fight and showed Vegeta a lot of good tricks he learned. But the Saiyan Prince came up on top and dominated Goku. With that, the next we have Fasha and Raditz. And the first thing Raditz did is kiss Fasha, to everyone's amazement and Fasha's blushing. How will they fight and who will win the tournament? As the two began to fight, they were extremely equal to one another, almost to the point where it was uncertain for either one of them. But Goku and Vegeta observed closely.
I'm putting the bet on that woman there. What about you, Kakarot?
Well, brother has that blonde hair form you told me about. I think he's the winner.
Nah, he's too pussy to use it. And I don't think he can use it again. I can't either.
Raditz and Fasha fought for quite a while before starting to step it up. The step up in power made Raditz grow several times stronger than Fasha, so she had to give it her all to try and win, but Raditz was just playing around still. He saw her struggling and decided to act injured and tired out to make her feel better. But they both saw Vegeta and Goku laughing and bickering. Fasha took that opportunity for a surprise attack and landed a sucker punch on her boyfriend. But he took it lightly, while Vegeta made fun of it. Raditz started amping his fight up to half of his potential and started overthrowing Fasha, although he was acting his part and had plenty in stock. Fasha then became irritated and powered up all the way, flying up in the air to perform her attack. But Raditz started countering with a full-powered blast to prevent damage to the arena. So he shot a double Sunday back and dominated Fasha, winning the battle and saving the tournament arena, giving Vegeta a thumbs up and telling him it's settled. Vegeta was satisfied with the outcome and they went in to prepare for the finals. Goku brought senzu beans and he gave one to Raditz and one to Fasha. Once Raditz recovered, Vegeta stepped in and told Raditz,
You know you won't win, but I want to see your full power in action. Nothing less. I expect greatness from you, much like from your father. Don't disappoint, Raditz.
You got it, pal. I got a little trick up my sleeve I think you might like.
The two are then ready as they exit. The finals are announced and the fight begins. Both Saiyans disappear from the arena and fight all over the place, exceeding the speed of the last fight. Everyone got bored until Raditz realized that they're boring themselves, telling Vegeta to stop as he wants to show something to them. The two stop and act like a standstill. Raditz then transforms into a Super Saiyan and it makes everyone scream in awe at his new blonde hair power-up. The two then continued, battling inside of the arena and making people see their attacks. This was never seen before by anyone, so it was quite a sight to see by the crowd. Vegeta wasn't satisfied whatsoever and told Raditz to go all out. Raditz wasn't sure he'll manage, but he succeeds so anyway, starting to power up, gaining even more muscle and more power to it, reaching the Super Saiyan second grade transformation and continuing the offense. Vegeta was quite satisfied, letting his thirst for battle come along and his ultra ego truly activates, making him want the battle more than anything. Raditz saw that Vegeta has gone nuts and he started to attack him non-stop, thinking he now has the upper hand. But Vegeta was actually fueled more and more, getting that boost in power with each punch, basically feeding on the pain inflicted by Raditz. Vegeta then got bored and then decided to throw Raditz up in the air. Raditz caught himself, but not in time for him to see Vegeta coming up right in front of him with a blast in hand.
Here's a little something I was saving for a rainy day. Final Flash!
Raditz was taken aback by the sudden rush, but Vegeta had no remorse. He shot the wave right in Raditz's face, making him fly away and almost killing him in the process.
They'll teach you to use Zenkais, you pussy.
Raditz falls down, worn out, but still in the Super Saiyan grade 2. He starts getting up, but Vegeta teleports back down and kicks him in the back of the head, making him fly out of the ring and go unconscious. Vegeta won the tournament and the money, but he still had no idea where to go or anything. Bulma came in clutch though, offering him to stay at Capsule Corp, and Vegeta accepted. After that, the wedding for Goku and Chi-Chi happened, and the whole thing went as per canon. After 5 years, everyone decided to meet at Kame House. Bulma was already there with Vegeta, who was wearing his famous Batman attire, and with a little kid. Krillin started asking questions.
So you two cooked up or something? What happened to Yamcha?
He couldn't satisfy his own woman, so I somehow managed to step in. Hopefully this little guy is gonna be a waste of air on this planet. He sports the same colored hair as me, so he should be useful.
Okay, where's Goku?
Like spawned, Goku and the little kid arrive on the island.
Welcome, Kakarot. You're doing good. Kept up with your wait. Don't tell me your stupid brain knew how to reproduce. Is that your kid?
Yep, meet Gohan. Where's Raditz? Are Fasha and him still together?
I last seen him in the city when I had to pick up groceries for this lazy woman. That was quite a while ago. And I think she had a baby bump too.
Alright, I'm gonna be an uncle.
Spare me that nonsense.
Hey guys, look what we got here. The prince and its... No way you have kids too.
Everyone got introduced to their kids. Goku had Gohan, Vegeta had Trunks, and Raditz had Bardock.
I named him after our father, yes, Kakarot. He was a legend. So, he was the main guy in our army, and an inspiration to many. I think my son is worthy of that name.
Fine then. How about we start feasting? I'm hungry.
After a massive feast, the entirety of the Z fighters is training or sparring, but then they see something, or rather someone. Vegeta responds,
That energy. Guys, stay on guard. It's a deity of some kind. Stay focused.
Once the two crept in closer, we see it's Shin and Kibito.
Hey everyone, salutations. I am the Supreme Kai. I don't have much time, but you're all in danger. We need someone who will opt to give the energy to whoever comes for it, to release Majin Buu.
First off, what the fuck is a Supreme Kai? Second, who's coming? And third, who the fuck is Majin Buu?
I can't explain everything right now. Please, just let whatever's coming next happen. You're our only hope.
Can't we just go there and destroy literally everything instead of complicating the whole situation?
What are you saying?
You said this Majin Buu is sealed, so we just kill whoever's rushing us, or at least kill one of them, so that we can follow the rest when they get scared, and then, when we find their hideout, just wipe them all from existence. Can't we do that?
You've got a point. We can do that. With the conversation done, Yama and Popovich, who were just Majinized, rush over and attempt to steal Vegeta's power. But they fail miserably, as Vegeta just teleports to Trunks and tells him to get rid of one of them. Little Trunks then takes them both on and manages to hold them off, so they start running away. Trunks is praised by his father and then given to Bulma to be taken care of, while Vegeta and the two Kais go follow the two Majins.
Just watch this, and maybe you'll know why I suggested such an idea.
Yama and Popovich land in front of the ship entrance, and there's some discussion going on between some small guy, a demon creature, and the two that attacked Vegeta.
Alright, let's see if that works.
Vegeta gets out, teleports behind everyone so he can't be seen, and Hakkai's the ship. He then sees Shin looking at a pink ball, so Vegeta throws a Hakkai towards it and it disappears. With that, Vegeta then kills everyone still present in that area, fueling his lust for battle until he kills them. Buu is no more, but there is no end to the bad events. Vegeta, Kibito, and Shin return back to Kame House and share small talk. They like the fact that Vegeta is the only one in the universe strong enough to go toe to toe with a destroyer.
Already fought Beerus as a kid. Let's just say he gained my respect. Frieza fucked it up when he destroyed our home.
Our? You guys are Saiyans?
Those three goons behind me, and our children, well, they're all Saiyans.
Ah, I see. Would you like to train with me? I can teach you some neat tricks.
Say less. Count me in.
With it, Vegeta, Fasha, Goku, and Raditz all go with Shin and Kibito to train, leaving Bulma to take care of their children. They see that they too are Saiyans in a way, so they take the kids too. Upon teleporting on the sacred world of Kais, Vegeta senses a very pleasant energy that calms him down mentally.
Would you believe that this is the first time I've seen Vegeta calm?
So this is how the Kai's world looks like. It feels so calm.
This is a nice change. Vegeta was always uptight. Shin then directed them to the Z sword and asked one of them to try pulling it out, going from weakest to strongest. Since kids were weaker than the Kais and no one but Raditz had Super Saiyan, Raditz was first to go. Raditz transformed into his grade 2 right from the start and tried pulling the sword out. Surprising everyone, he actually managed to pull the sword out, Shin, however, was interested in the power Vegeta has. Since Raditz couldn't handle the sword easily, Shin tells Raditz to hand the sword over to Vegeta and then the rest of the Saiyans. Vegeta picks it up with extreme ease and even spins it around his fingers. He even threw it and then caught it on the other side of the planet with ease. He then went back and gave the sword to Goku. Goku struggled at first, but eventually managed to grab hold of it properly. Fasha then grabbed hold of it and she was struggling, but not as much as Goku. Fasha then says,
Can you give the communicator to the blue-haired girl? That was just in case something happens?
"Oh, I was just about to say that." Shin then creates one and Kaikai's to Earth to give Bulma the communicator, then going back. Well then, the sword is actually a special sword. It can make the user unleash their latent potential if they wield it.
Well, that shit seems easy enough to handle. Let Kakarot use it first. He's the weakest one of us. We'll train the kids.
Goku then takes the Z sword and trains with it. Slowly but surely, he gets used to it. While the kids are being taught the basics of fighting, then eventually the advanced martial arts. All while Raditz taught everyone how to turn into a Super Saiyan.
The power comes in response to a need, not a desire. You know that, Vegeta, because you used it. You're currently way too blinded with your birth defect that you made you so strong that you can't even get enough fighting, thus blinding you with it. Try using rage to power up. Find something that truly angers you. Then you need to find the calm before the storm. A solution to whatever you're raging at.
Vegeta tries to anger himself with his race and how they all disappeared.
For me, it was my then girlfriend dying. Use what really angers you.
Vegeta then thinks of all the possible ways he could have saved the planet. Snapping, he turns into a Super Saiyan, and then trying to have some calm. He looks at his hands and smirks.
So that was the trick all along.
Goku listened to that and remembered the time he couldn't save Krillin when he died when they were children. Going the same pace, he too transformed. Fasha took a different approach, however.
My mistake? Being the weakest in the group. I couldn't do anything. I wanted to be someone that Bardock could be proud to have on his team.
Fasha screamed as she too transformed. Vegeta looked on as he heard what she was saying.
Calm down now. Take a deep breath. You know, he actually was proud of you. He kept talking of your performance in Conquest, and he was intrigued with you and your power.
Fasha really did calm down when she heard that. She started smiling, then crying.
Are you seriously crying?
You don't know how much that means to me. I never thought I would be worthy enough to be in his army. I tried playing cool and all stuff, but I just couldn't fathom the fact everyone was stronger than me.
With it, they all attained Super Saiyan. A few months has passed, and the kids too have achieved Super Saiyan just by watching their parents spar while transformed. The 4 Saiyans were proud of their children and decided to start training them properly from that point on. However, they get a call from Bulma that Piccolo is starting his shit again, so they decide to go investigate. Vegeta then gives the crystal ball back to Shin and they all decide to go. Vegeta Kaikais them all back on Earth and Bulma finally sees her son all buffed up. Meanwhile, Goku comes home to Chi-Chi going mad at Goku for making her son a delinquent. But he didn't care one bit and just went to hug Chi-Chi after so long, saying that he's come home just for that hug, just for that. Chi-Chi was happy and has calmed down. Raditz and Fasha have crashed back in their apartment to see if they're getting kicked out, and they were, so they shot a blast at it, destroying it out of pettiness. Back at Capsule Corp, Vegeta tells Bulma that Trunks is going to fight Piccolo. But when she witnesses Trunks breaking his glass of water just by trying to hold it, she takes precaution and gives Vegeta proper armor for both him and Trunks.
I don't intend to wear the knockoff armor of an army of Saiyan killers. I'd rather take damage more than anything else.
Bulma just puts it in a box and tells Vegeta to use it at any time he wishes. Vegeta scoffs and then goes. Vegeta and Trunks go to take care of Piccolo in North City. Piccolo notices them coming and he attacks Vegeta.
I'm not losing to you filthy tail-having monkeys again. Oh, just drop it. Just because one Saiyan defeated you doesn't mean you have to take revenge. Just take the L already. Actually, my son here will wipe his butt with your guts.
Piccolo laughs it off and then gets in his stance. Trunks reads his power level and resorts to his Super Saiyan. Trunks then rushes at Piccolo, delivering the first punch and knocking him into a rock. Piccolo is then taken back by this sudden rush, but Trunks is simply skipping in place, having his guard up and being ready to throw another one. Piccolo knows he's outmatched, so he starts preparing a Makanko Sapo to end Trunks with one attack, making a bunch of after images to confuse Trunks. Trunks is on guard and listens to the comm, trying to search for Piccolo's key. He eventually found the dominant one and puts his hands together, generating a mini blast. Piccolo then screamed,
Special Beam Cannon!
Piccolo fired his beam, but Trunks then yelled,
Elemental Judgment!
That small green blast of massively compressed energy went through Piccolo's beam just like knife through butter and hit him, causing a very violent explosion engulfed with flames. Piccolo came out dried out, as he was barely able to move. With that, Trunks, out of everyone, defeated Piccolo, being the weakest of the bunch too. After Piccolo was defeated, Trunks went to finish him off for good, but Vegeta stopped him.
That's enough, son. He's finished.
Sure, lad?
Yes. Piccolo, I know you had your bad sides with Kakarot, but I promise you, I know you can change him to a better person. I was changed on my own. Would you like to join our team? We could use a fighter, such as yourself.
All of a sudden, they all hear someone stepping foot near them. As they turn their heads around, they sense a person looking exactly like Trunks, but a doll.
Hey, father.
What? Wait. Trunks?
It's hard to explain, but I'll give you a minute. Finish your talk.
Vegeta then turns and tells Piccolo to return back. Vegeta then gives Piccolo some of his energy and Piccolo is slightly restored. He then leaves.
So, you were saying?
He'll pick up the goodness of your key and turn good. Didn't want that not happening. Mom, thanks for reading. I am indeed Trunks, but I'm not from this time. I've traveled here 20 years from the future. I have to warn you about the androids that will appear about 3 years from now. They're stronger than any of us, but you.
So why do I destroy them?
You die.
Who can possibly kill me?
Disease? 6 months prior to their appearance, you die of a virus that kills your heart. After that, I don't even have a proper clue on what happens. The Kais die in that battle, with them Beerus too.
Damn. Well, I can always ask to become immune to that virus. You know, with the Dragon Balls.
There's no need. Mom already came up with a solution. This is the heart medicine you will have to take when you get sick. It will cure you once and for all.
Will do. Thanks. Are you staying here?
No, I'm going back to the future. I'm gonna see if anything changed.
With it, future Trunks left. Vegeta and Trunks then head back to Capsule Corp and call up everyone. In no time, the entire Sun family and Radz's family is there. Vegeta starts with,
Alright, I just met Trunks from the future. He's saying that in 3 years, some sort of menace is bound to appear in the future. And the only one who's able to defeat them is me. But I die. This is the medicine I was given. Bulma, if you can somehow research this and see if it's really the cure for the virus, then replicate it in masses. If you can extract the original virus, you can prevent the whole cities from getting wiped out. And prevent me from dying too.
Bulma gets right to it with the process, while the Saiyans proceed to train and get stronger for the androids. 2 years later, Bulma creates the medicine for the whole city originated from the sewers to be specific. Vegeta is finally glad this has been stopped and he won't get affected and he will be able to defeat those androids. A year later, the first appearance of androids has happened in the city, as people were killed. The Saiyans dropped their training and went to check it out. Bulma is also there with a baby girl. Wait, when did you get the time to get another child, Vegeta?
A bit after the medicine for the high virus is sprayed over and under cities. Speaking of which, all this training has given me heartburn. I gotta relax a little after this. I really wanna push myself.
With it, they rushed into the city. The Saiyans split up and begin searching for the said androids. After a while, they hear a massive explosion, so they go check it out. They see it's Fasha fighting them off, with plenty of ease too, and Inner Super Saiyan.
Are you really fighting in the city? Let's go somewhere away from it.
Vegeta started breathing heavier than he usually does. Goku didn't really pay attention much since he too had the same issue. Fasha, however, couldn't breathe as easily.
Guys, I don't know what's happening. My chest is real tight.
Then take off your bra.
No, I'm serious. My chest, it hurts.
Oh god. Raditz, take your wife home. Kakarot, you go with me.
Vegeta and Goku then followed the androids out of the city. Once out of the city, Vegeta and Goku fought off the androids. But as Goku fought, he was getting more and more gassed out. Vegeta saw that, so he used all his power to kill Android 19 and then he disposed of Android 20. Goku was struggling to stand at this point and Vegeta was gasping for air himself as he grabbed his chest.
Kakarot, what's going on?
Just hurts. Hard to breathe.
Yeah, same here. How is this possible?
Can you fly us back to Bulma, Vegeta? I don't think I can hold on.
Vegeta picked Goku up and rushed back just in time for Goku to collapse. Seeing Raditz and Fasha already shrieking in pain, he asks for the medicine and Bulma is quick on her feet. She feeds them all medicine and Vegeta manages to take the medicine on his own before she started collapsing.
Damn. This shouldn't be happening.
I rushed here for a second. I saw you guys struggling. What the hell is going on? I thought the medicine is supposed to work. But the question is, how do all of you get it?
Damn boy. It's your medicine. You gave it to me.
Mom made it, not me!
Trunks then goes into detail with his mother as she just looks at him like a deer in the headlights. Same goes for everyone else. Bulma says that she followed the recipe to the very nanodrop so that it's accurate as possible for the entire city. Trunks then brushes it off and is glad they all took it now last second and is hoping that they will not get worse from where they are right now at this point. Vegeta has finally fallen down from the pain and is laying on the bench. At this point, Trunks is asking if they defeated the androids. Bulma says they did. One was a white fat one and the other one was Dr. Gero, but as an android. Trunks asks again, not believing what they said. Bulma repeats exactly what she said, asking Trunks if he's okay. Trunks immediately says those aren't the right androids. So Vegeta immediately gets up, screaming out,
What do you mean those aren't the right androids?
Vegeta woke up and started going nuts, simply because he just killed the wrong androids. Trunks then explains exactly who those androids are. That means their looks, their power, their motives, etc. Vegeta then started powering up, but his heart gave out for a second and he dropped for a minute.
Look, Dad, I'm sorry for that. But there's something wrong. And can you please relax? You're gonna die from anger, not a virus, at this point.
Vegeta then sits down, holding his chest and catching his breath. Bulma says she will research something, saying there's some rumors about Dr. Gero's new secret lab location in the mountains. Trunks is amazed and tells her to do that as fast as possible, before the androids are actually awoken. After a bit of poking around, Bulma finds out where the location of the lab is, so Bulma, Vegeta and Trunks head there. They land and wait for Vegeta to catch his breath. They were about to enter the lab, but the door is broken down, with capsules literally ripped out from their walls, apart from one.
So Vegeta's here. Now this should be interesting. What the? Who the hell are you? Are you with the Frieza Force?
With that, they see a green man standing right before them. What will happen, and who is that man? As Cell stood before them, he looked around and saw Vegeta slowly catching his breath. What's the matter, Vegeta? Looks like you're out of the breath there. Do you want me to leave you breathless even more?
Even in my current state, I won't back out of a fight.
Vegeta then powered up, going into his Super Saiyan, and he attacked Cell. Cell wasn't giving out the best of his effort, but once Vegeta hit connected, the power generated shook the Earth's whole.
Looks like you're not just a talk after all. This should be good.
Both Vegeta and Cell began properly fighting, but Vegeta, even with his heart racing harder than it should in his current crippled state, his lust for battle is overtaking him. But he's not the only one. Cell too has started getting a need for battle, and he too started fighting equally to Vegeta. Vegeta was having fun until his heart gave out and it dropped him down from Super Saiyan.
Giving up already. Get up. Fight. Oh, I'm not the one backing down.
Vegeta powers back up and fires a point-blank Final Flash, which seemingly disintegrates Cell, but Cell is then seen fully regenerated and perfectly fine. Vegeta's coughs, gets up, continuing the fight. Cell is pushing all of his luck by giving Vegeta headroom for punches and kicks, but even for Cell, they seem very uncoordinated. Vegeta too noticed the struggle and realized that his lust for battle was going in full swing when he really shouldn't be fighting. So he drops down from his Super Saiyan and then makes his exit by Kai-Kaiing Trunks and Bulma halfway across the world.
I can't hold for much longer. Lower your ki right now.
Trunks masks his ki and Vegeta then Kai-Kais everyone to Capsule Corp. Over there, Vegeta, Bulma and Trunks grab hold of everyone useful there, and Vegeta then takes them all to Roshi's island. Over there, it was just in time for Raditz to awaken.
Jesus, Vegeta. You said you too had chest pains, but you're still going full swing. Or am I? You got me good, but the virus didn't do much to hurt me. Although I shouldn't have used Super Saiyan against that green thing.
Apparently its name is Cell. I heard rumors about him in the future, but with all the androids there, it was all just a fairy tale to me. It seems he indeed is real.
In any case, we have to heal up, especially me. Kakarot, you're going with me. Shin told me about a secret place you've been hiding from us. The time chamber.
As Vegeta was saying that, Goku awoke too and started listening but didn't speak any. Fasha soon followed. They were all still in pain, but less than initially. At this point, they were all just making plans to go into the time chamber to train up, but they can't do much until properly healed up, so in the meantime, all they do is some very light sparring. Cell is creating his plans to get to the Saiyans to participate in the Cell Games. One day later, they see the news with Cell saying how he's hosting the said Cell Games.
Like the battle wasn't enough. Kakarot, go get the Z-Sword. We're all gonna be training with it in a time chamber.
Goku then Kai-Kais the Shin and picks up the Z-Sword, then returning back. Goku, Vegeta, Raditz and Fasha then go to the lookout. Upon getting there, they see Piccolo of all people, getting ready to leave.
What are you doing here?
I fused with Kami. The Dragon Balls are no more. I'm going to defeat Cell all by myself.
He's stronger than me, by a long run. It's suicide if you go alone. Train up with us.
Piccolo then sees Vegeta's point and stays with them. Piccolo is then given a Z-Sword and is told to go into the time chamber to train with it. Piccolo then goes and trains for a full year inside the chamber. He exits and throws the sword back at Vegeta, who catches it.
Looks like you're accustomed to the extremities of the time chamber. Alright, Fasha, Raditz, you're up.
The couple then enters. They don't train that long and exit after just 20 hours. Vegeta is astounded by their power growth, but he's more interested by the fact that they're in Super Saiyan. Finally, it clicks for him. They decided to master Super Saiyan in order to use it whenever, and has a plan for Goku. So Goku and Vegeta finally enter with the Z-Sword. In a time chamber, they're seen training heavily. Goku attacks Vegeta with all he's got, and Vegeta blocks, breaking the sword in half. Both of them get scared.
This is gonna be our little secret?
Yeah. We take this event to the other world. All of a sudden, they see an old man appearing from behind the hourglass.
You release me. What eon is it?
8767. Judging by the looks, you're the Supreme Kai.
Old Kai then asks why are they in the time dimension, and Vegeta explains how they're training to take down Cell. Old Kai offers to help out bring their latent potential out, but requires some magazines to achieve that. Vegeta has Bulma, so she can get plenty with her money for a power-up. So Old Kai begins. Goku goes first and it takes almost 20 hours. After that, Goku powers up multiple times past his usual transformation. Vegeta is next, and Old Kai mentions how Vegeta has a massive reserve of energy and how the results of his will vary from Goku's, but they begin anyway. The process with Vegeta takes almost 20 days. Vegeta had to be on sensu beans the whole time, but once finished, Vegeta powered up into a higher state of his alter ego. The power output was massive, so much that the Old Kai felt like he was about to faint. Goku just stood there in shock, congratulating Vegeta. Vegeta looked at his hands and then powered up to his Super Saiyan while in this new state. The power was immeasurable, and the Kai properly fainted, while Goku wasn't too far away from that too.
This is way more than enough to defeat Cell. I should be giving you a one-night stand with a girl, not magazines.
Yeah, this is amazing. And he fainted.
Vegeta then drops down to his mastered alter ego, picks up Old Kai, and the trio exits the time chamber. Raditz senses Goku and gets astonished, but what they see next is the Old Kai in Vegeta's arms.
How did our Kai end up wound in that dimension?
Well, to give you the truth, we broke the Z-Sword, and he was released.
You broke the Z-Sword? That was the only proper way of training.
Oh, come on. It wasn't on purpose, you knucklehead. I'm gonna go destroy Cell, and you guys just wait here.
With it, Vegeta gets to the Cell arena.
So, you came to check up on me, Vegeta. How cute.
With no questions asked, Vegeta goes and delivers a very powerful gut punch on Cell. Cell is fighting for air, as Vegeta pridefully says,
Now you're the one gasping for air.
Cell pukes out androids 16, 17, and 18 all at once, returning back to his imperfect state.
God, your ugliness went from ugly to hideous. Let's get rid of that.
Vegeta then gives him a head punch, then throws him in the air, using a galley gun to dispose of Cell. With that, Cell is gone from the face of the planet, and Vegeta returns back to the lookout. The Old Kai awoke and asked of his prize. Vegeta says he'll be right back. In no time, Old Kai is comedically seen in a car with plenty of bitches. Bulma just cringes at the fact that she had to waste money on a divine version of Master Roshi, but Vegeta is more than grateful for his new power. However, will it be enough for this foreseeable future? 8 years has passed since Cell was defeated, and a lot has changed since then. Goku has Goten, and he has grown into an 8-year-old boy. Bola is 9 years old. Krillin managed to fall in love with 18 once everyone figured out they're not actually mechanical, just improved humans, so Krillin and 18 hook up. Krillin even figures out 18's real name, that being Lazuli. 17 decides to be the protector of nature and guards an island full of unique species. 16 has joined in on him on that mission, and he too is a ranger with 17. Raditz and Fasha are constantly training, and they have reached a higher power, that being Super Saiyan 2, and Goku has reached even bigger heights, fusing his Mystic with Super Saiyan and going even further beyond into Super Saiyan 2. Piccolo actually had a proper change of heart and joined the Z Fighters. He started training with the Saiyans every now and then, and he also started training Gohan, Trunks, and Bardock Jr. At last but not least, Vegeta actually took up Bulma on that armor, So now he's wearing that armor his wife made him way back. However, the niceties end as Beerus awoke from his 40-year-old nap, having a premonition about a Super Saiyan God.
Whis, I'd like to know about the Super Saiyan God. And if that's Vegeta, then there's no worry. I can always destroy him.
Those premonitions don't work like that, and you know it, my lord.
Yeah, whatever. Let's go look for the Super Saiyan God.
Your wish is my command, lord. With it, the two deities began looking for a Super Saiyan God, first checking out the old location of planet Vegeta, just to see the planet gone. Beerus noticed that Frieza actually finished the job, but when Whis checked on what happened, they see that Frieza was killed right after the planet's destruction by Vegeta himself in a pure fit of rage, then gaining pride in the battle with the henchmen. He reminds me of you, my lord. You both get that pride in battle. Makes it look like you're brothers in soul.
Just shut up and keep thinking of reasons why I should not destroy you right now. Locate that stupid god so I can see what he's made of.
Whis then checks his staff and located Vegeta on Earth, as well as a few other Saiyans. Having located Vegeta, the two head for Earth. On Earth, Bulma's birthday is coming up and she decides to host a massive party on a cruiser ship. So the whole squad is already there. All three androids, all the Saiyans as well as their wives and kids, and even Piccolo. Beerus and Whis start trolling Vegeta while he's alone, but he just focuses on the key and catches Beerus creeping. Vegeta grabs Beerus by his throat.
Don't think I don't remember you, Beerus. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you. Relax, Saiyan. I just came here to make truce from back then. Properly this time. Fine. Just don't destroy anything, or I'm destroying you. Got it?
Beerus was then welcomed to the party along with Whis. The party is going smooth, although Whis and Beerus are munching down the food supplies. Vegeta doesn't mind since he's just watching for any slip up from Beerus. However, Takoyaki comes up and they all start guessing. Beerus gets the sour one and starts rampaging. Beerus is quick on his feet and guts Beerus down, knocking him unconscious. Whis is seen clapping. I never thought you would take my approach of action so quickly. You sure have gotten stronger over the past 20 years.
This cruiser wasn't worth than his title. He's a destroyer, but a bad one. It doesn't take an idiot to figure out anyone who could do better than him.
Then in that case, how about you get me the Super Saiyan God so he can replace him? Unless you're that god.
Bulma, get the Dragon Balls. I was wondering on that fairy tale myself.
Bulma sure is reluctant, but eventually agrees and brings the Dragon Balls. The dragon is summoned and he explains all the detail. Once Shenron disappears, they begin picking the Super Saiyan God.
Let's see if Vegeta can defeat my full power. Bring it on and make Vegeta the Super Saiyan God. Your wish is also your demise, Beerus.
So Vegeta is chosen, and so Goku, Raditz, Fasha, Gohan, and Trunks all pour their energy into Vegeta. The power-up drains them all completely due to the fact that the form had to be applied on an already strong opponent. Vegeta has now been transformed into a Super Saiyan God.
Alright, Beerus. I'll use 10% for now and work my way up.
Beerus attacks Vegeta and Vegeta blocks his punch with his finger.
Is that your full power?
Beerus then recommends they should take this into space, and they do. In space, Beerus powers up to his full power of his instinct, watching Vegeta, and Vegeta actually had to block this time. Vegeta then started attacking slowly, punching Beerus repetitively. Beerus is having struggle with Vegeta being on as little as 15%, so he gets pissed and gets an additional rage boost. However, it doesn't do much as Vegeta went right behind Beerus and kicked Beerus so hard in the head he broke Beerus' neck. Beerus started falling down, but Vegeta grabbed him by the ears and started descending down back on Earth. On the cruiser ship, Beerus has already died by the time Vegeta landed, meaning Shin too has died.
Alright, you have to find a new destroyer. Now, I just have to get rid of this god power.
Vegeta, you have defeated the Destroyer, you know, so you have to take his mantle.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fine. But I have a few requirements for my mantle, then. I require this planet to be my home planet. I need you to find anyone who's still working for Frieza and Cold and locate them. And last but not least, I won't wear those scuffs Beerus wore. I'll have my own clothing.
Alright, if you insist. With it, Beerus has died, and Vegeta is now Hakaishin. Shin has been resuscitated with the birth of a new destroyer. It's been a while since Vegeta became the destroyer, and Vegeta is just relaxing on Earth, training with Whis and the Saiyans. Vegeta's Super Saiyan God wore off a long time ago, but his power has remained the same. Whis taught him the perfect God Ki control, and Vegeta can now access Super Saiyan God at will. Champa has heard about his brother succumbing to death, but isn't too hurt. He decides to just sit it all out, not caring for anything. Vegeta has located all Frieza and Cold Force henchmen and destroyed them. Vegeta then started thinking about making a universal tournament within Universe 7, so he assembled his Saiyans and decided to advertise the whole thing across the cosmos. Shin was up for it and was participating in spreading the word, so was Whis. In just a couple of days, the whole cosmos will spread the message, and there's about 1,000 people that are going to watch. The day of the tournament had come, and everyone settles on a planet that has been built exactly for that. Vegeta then started with his announcements. After his speech, he announces the battle royale between the Saiyans. With it, they begin fighting. Goku started using his power against both Raditz and Gohan, while Fasha battled the kids. The light show was amazing, and Vegeta actually liked the view. But what Vegeta didn't expect is one very major thing: Zeno arriving in the midst of the tournament.
Who is that?
Right, you wouldn't know, being brand new to the deity game. This is the king of all. He's the ruler of all 12 universes. And why is Goku talking to him?
He's what?
Goku is seen setting up a tournament between universes, and Zeno agrees. With that, the Saiyans are excited, and Whis is mad at Goku for suggesting such a thing. But they will have a real tournament real soon. Vegeta has come down to Goku, and Goku told him that was very stupid of him to do, and that now they may be in danger. Oh, come on, Vegeta. Don't be such a stick in the mud.
Ha, ha, ha.
He might have a point, but what's a child gonna do? He's just watching over the cosmos, right?
No, he might be an observer, but he's a supreme being. He can wipe a whole universe in a matter of seconds. He already wiped 6, and there were 18 of them.
You've gotta be kidding me. What now? Since I'm the only one that organized this thing, I'm the only one that's gonna be talking to him.
Not sure you can do that. His word is absolute.
Word of shot?
With it, Vegeta seeks for Zeno's energy signature. He finds it, but when he teleports with Whis, he's not right next to Zeno, but outside of the palace. Daishinkan gets out. Ah, you must be the new destroyer of the 7th universe. Vegeta, right?
Yes, sir. May I have a word with Zeno about the Universal Tournament? Also another matter regarding my status as a destroyer.
Why, yes. By all means, follow me. Vegeta then enters and walks down the hallway before getting warped to Zeno's palace.
Who are you?
My name's Prince Vegeta. I'm the destroyer of Universe 7. I'd like to consult with you about the upcoming tournament.
Zeno explains how it's all going to pan out. Vegeta hears the destruction part and gets scared, telling Zeno that it won't be necessary as the universes haven't specifically done nothing wrong. Zeno says that instead of it being a battle royale, he will assemble a fight between one strongest fighter from each universe, and then the destroyers are going to fight. Vegeta likes that idea and handshakes with Zeno, much to Whis' discomfort. With it, Whis and Vegeta warp back, just in time to see Trunks laying on a table and very badly wounded. Vegeta rushes over.
Trunks, what happened to you?
Dad? Is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. What's happened to you?
Just as Trunks was about to speak, a rift opened up and someone resembling Vegeta emerged from it, resembling Vegeta to almost every cell.
So this is where you escaped, boy. And we have a Vegeta here too. I'm jealous that Form didn't stay with me. Let me guess. That's who you're fighting? I'll take care of him, son.
Vegeta flies up, and the one who he claims is Vegeta Black rushes Vegeta with full force. As Black threw a punch, the fist of his phased right through Vegeta. Black is then seen confused, then shocked as we see Vegeta with his finger extended, as he performed a finger beam through Black's chest and right through his heart.
I don't know how you got here, but this is no place for you, knockoff. Hakai.
Black is then seen fading away into nothingness as Vegeta destroyed him from existence.
Anyone else needs taking care of?
There's one more. He's not the version of anybody, but he has white hair, green earrings, and green skin. He resembles a Kaioshin.
I see. Whis? Anyone resembling that description? Maybe a Kaioshin? Maybe a Kaioshin in training or something?
I believe there's one matching the description. His name is Zamasu.
Well then, let's see him.
And so, Vegeta and Whis warped to Universe 10, to the world of the Kais. Thanks to Whis' help, Vegeta was able to sense Zamasu's ki. Goasu greets the two deities, and Zamasu comes out with the tea. Vegeta knows how Black and Zamasu have the same ki, thinking of a possibility Black was Zamasu. Whis agrees and then starts talking shit to get Goasu busy, while Vegeta is talking to Zamasu.
So you really hate those mortals, don't you?
How did you?
I sensed your feelings. You saw me, and, well, being a new destroyer, you saw me as trash. Isn't that right?
Well, if you must know, I don't like mortal affairs. They're just a waste of space.
Cute. Would you kill her master for that? Thought so. Don't expect me to kiss your ass. Your current thoughts are to take my body and use it to rid the universe of all mortal life, isn't that right?
How do you know so much about me?
Hakai!
As the screams were heard by Goasu, he rushed in to see what's going on. Goasu asks what did he do to deserve that. Whis replies how his staff overheard the conversation between the two and Zamasu admitted to planning a killing against him. Goasu was startled by the news, but it sunk in easily. With it, they all saved the day. Bulma refueled the time machine and Trunks returned back to now villainless future. After a few days, Zeno contacts Vegeta, saying that the tournament is cancelled, as he found a more interesting thing to await for, although he has slight concerns. Vegeta understands and takes a sigh of relief once the call has ended. Vegeta then relays to everyone that there will be no tournament and Goku is bummed.
Well, that's good news. Let's have some peace and tranquility for now.
Everyone then starts relaxing in. It's been a few months after the whole scandal with the tournament. Vegeta is relaxing in Capsule Corp after another one of his destroyer duties. All of a sudden, the Galactic Patrol enter and start looking for anyone around. Vegeta notices them and intercepts their route.
Are you guys lost? Need directions?
We're looking for Vegeta, the destroyer.
Cute. You're looking at him.
Oh, I'm sorry for interrupting, but we have a problem and we think you can help out.
I'm listening.
Alright, so there's these two guys that flee the galactic prison. One's name is Moro and another one is 7-3. They have fused into one and are wreaking havoc across the entire North Quadrant. Can you help with us? The one who can defeat him can't really fight for whatever reason, so you're the only one that can.
Where's that fighter residing right now?
Planet Namek.
Whis, let's go.
Vegeta warps Whis and the patrolmen to Namek. The patrolmen immediately hide as Vegeta and Whis go check out the situation. They see Moro fucking shit up left and right as he noticed Vegeta.
My, if it isn't the new destroyer. Fight me right now.
Fine.
Vegeta rushed Moro and Moro took the hit. What Moro didn't know is that Vegeta had a power he was craving for a long time. The Mystic Power. So with the skill from 7-3, he absorbed how to utilize it, powering up to his Mystic. Vegeta didn't break a sweat though. Well, until Moro attacked and hit Vegeta in the gut pretty hard. Since Vegeta was born with Ultra Ego, Moro couldn't copy that since it's part of Vegeta. Vegeta then smirked, getting the lust for battle, powering up into Super Saiyan God. Then rushing Moro. Moro gets a decently sized dent in his skull from Vegeta's kick. Vegeta then punches through Moro's stomach, creating a gaping hole in his abdomen. Vegeta just whispers, smirking,
Hakai.
as Moro is getting eaten away from the inside out, as he's hysterically screaming in pain. With it, Vegeta has defeated Moro, and the patrolmen get out of hiding to thank Vegeta. Vegeta just waves his goodbyes, but before Whis and Vegeta can leave, they get a call from Zeno. Zeno demands Vegeta to come over to the palace for some training, seeing him as a very powerful man to take his place. With that, Vegeta is invited for training with Zeno, and Vegeta is extremely hyped for it. What will happen with Vegeta and what power is waiting for him behind the door? Vegeta tells Goku to handle the planet while he's gone training. Goku says sure. Vegeta also tells him Whis is staying to train all of them, and the Saiyans are excited with those words. With it, Vegeta teleports to the sacred world of Kais because he's having a bad feeling, so he requests the Potara earrings. Even he doesn't know what he's doing and what he needs them for, but Kibito gives the Potara to him. Vegeta then teleports to Zeno. Zeno welcomes him as well as the guards. Daishinkan welcomes him too, but seems a bit off. Vegeta asks when the training starts, but before he managed to make sense of the whole thing, Zeno's guards teleport Vegeta to some unknown place.
What are you doing? We were requested to train you right here. This place works like a time chamber, like yours on Earth. But 1 year equals 1 minute outside. Holy fuck. That's a time chamber on steroids. Fine, let's begin.
Vegeta then begins the learning process of advanced destruction arts. Basically Omni-Ki, so to say. Meanwhile on Earth, Whis notifies Goku and the crew of a new threat that's coming along and requests of Goku to come along to the time chamber of theirs. And so, they go. In the chamber, Goku taps into the Ultra Instinct for the first time and works on mastering it, while Whis is checking in on the threat every so often. Back to Vegeta, he has finished his training and has acquired basic Omni-Ki control. With it, they exit, but everything's very eerie and quiet. Vegeta can't sense Zeno, but then sees guards with their eyes wide open. They teleport behind the throne and Vegeta runs in to see Zeno strapped down and restrained with key restraints.
I assume you got the Potara.
What's this? Who did that?
Shinkan, he said he's on his way to spawn Potara. Give me one of those Potara and put it up on my ear. And put the other one on your opposing ear, quickly.
Fine.
Vegeta then pulls out the Potara and does accordingly. The two are then seen moving closer to each other.
I wanted to train you to be the next Omni King, but Shinkan didn't like that idea. So I'm giving you my power through fusion.
What? Wait a minute.
Vegeta and Zeno then manage to merge. When the light clears up, we see that Vegeta still looks the same. But unlike before, he has lines on his body and what looks like a gem in the middle of his chest.
I feel the same. I thought fusion means combining bodies. I don't sense any embodiment of Zeno within you, but I certainly feel his power. You don't deserve that power. You made a big mistake. No, I do not. But neither do you. Foolish mortal. I will kill you.
Daishinkan then manages to grab a hold of Vegeta and teleports him to an entirely new and different universe. Then guts Vegeta to initiate a fight. All while this is going on, Granola fights Goku on Namek. Goku is using all his power, as he is in his mastered Ultra Instinct. He's easily manhandling Granola and is giving it his all, but everyone senses an extreme pressure from very far away. They all stop the battle. That power! That's my father! That's Daishinkan! You felt that too, huh? Appearing from behind the hill, a weird and bearded Vegeta appears. What you just sensed is a battle between your fellow friend Vegeta and Grand Priest. Why are they fighting? And who are you if not Vegeta? I'm Michael. From what I understand, your father is jealous Vegeta is the new Omni King. Let's go. You're taking us there, Whis. Whis then takes them all to the new universe that has been created, including Granola.
I don't understand. What is an Omni King? What is a Grand Priest?
You'll find out soon enough. But you gotta give up fighting battles you can't get revenge for. I mean, Saiyans have been evil, but just how there's essentially no Saiyans alive or 3 aliens, I don't think revenge is even a thing. You could have used those Namekian Dragon Balls to resurrect your race.
Fucking... Okay, whatever.
Back to Daishinkan and Vegeta. Daishinkan is in his full power state, and Vegeta is in his Super Saiyan God, being held by his hair, as Daishinkan says,
Well then, now that you're defeated, I'll take the power I rightfully own.
Daishinkan then phases his hand into Vegeta's chest through the crystal, as Vegeta is screaming in pain. All of a sudden, Daishinkan gets hit by 2 stray blasts, as he puts his hand out and looking on to see Goku and Granola putting up a fight. That gave Vegeta enough time to transform into a Super Saiyan Blue. But there's something else that's different about it.
Since the one is my Super Saiyan Blue pink. Whatever. I'll give you my all.
Vegeta then attacks the Grand Priest, and this time they're actually on par with each other. Michael mentions, what a cheater, using Super Dragon Balls to gain strength. I'll go and watch from up close. With it, Michael is seen phasing his body out, ending up looking like some sort of goo, and then he moved in closer to observe. Daishinkan is trying so hard and is overpowering Vegeta by a slight bit. Vegeta becomes scared and desperate with the whole situation he ended up in. He starts getting angry and starts worrying for his family and everyone else. As he comes to a standstill, he begins screaming out bloody murder.
I will surpass my own limits, in my own way, on my own terms.
As the aura cleared up, he is in his Super Saiyan Rose evolution. Now when the Grand Priest is at a disadvantage, let's see if this Vegeta is actually worth it. With Vegeta now at his fullest, he attacks Daishinkan and sets the score with a very hard punch to the face, knocking Daishinkan off guard. Vegeta's chest gem started glowing as Vegeta started dispersing ki out of it, but Daishinkan started absorbing it.
That's it, Vegeta. Give me all your power. That's a good mortal right there. You learn your lesson on respecting your elders. Respect these nuts.
Vegeta went full power as the blast disintegrated Daishinkan and the whole universe he created started collapsing. Vegeta calms down and goes to base to see if there's any trace of Daishinkan left, and there isn't. All of a sudden, Whis starts vanishing. Now that there's no Daishinkan, you need to find a replacement before I'm gone. Vegeta thinks of all possible people that could replace Daishinkan, but can't really think of anyone that can work up to the challenge. Michael then speaks up. Well, why don't you make that Saiyan girl the Grand Priest? Goku and Raditz can maintain the peace. I mean, Goku can be the destroyer and Raditz can join that Kai of Time chick. You know, the one that has a thick as fuck form of hers. Be quick. Michael then instantly warps Goku, Fasha and Raditz into an air bubble right next to them. The roles are then assigned. Vegeta gives Fasha powers of creation, which in turn makes Whis much more suiting to a Saiyan, even looking like one. Goku is eventually linked with Shin, and Raditz joins Granola on time control duties. All that's left is some casual dialogue. Jesus Christ, this took longer than I anticipated. Oh, by the way, I'm inviting you to a tournament of Vegetas that's gonna take place very soon. The answers are yes and yes. You cannot say no.
Never intended to say no. Sign me up.
With that, Michael appointed yet another Vegeta for the tournament of Vegetas. Vegeta is getting accustomed to the new life as an Omni King, and Fasha is training to handle her new power. Goku is taking his destroyer job seriously, although being weirded out by a Saiyan Whis, and Raditz is getting along with Konoha. And with that, we're done with this what if. Thank you for watching. If you can't wait for the next collab, then click dislike. But if you liked the video, hit that like button. Please feel free to check out my sparring partners on my channel page and, give them some love. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below. And as always, peace out.